by reading. Gerund. I imagine being a director is difficult. Imagine followed by gerund. I considered celebrating. Considered followed by gerund. Celebrating with you guys, and he won't finish rehearsing before midnight. So there we have examples of love, imagine, consider, finish, followed by the gerund forms. So it's a bit complicated, and it's a question of familiarizing yourselves with the verbs that take gerund and the verbs which take infinitive. It comes with practice, don't worry. But this is just an introduction. So let's go back and see what's going on in Alice's birthday party, all right? And I'll see you later. Bye.
Hey, is anybody home? Oh. That's right, I forgot. Everyone's busy this evening. What a shame. I resent having to spend my birthday all alone. Hey, what's happening here?
Surprise! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alice. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, I'm so happy. I didn't expect to find anybody here. I thought I had to spend my birthday all by myself.
Oh, did you really think we would forget to celebrate your birthday?
Well, yes. You played quite a trick on me.
And you fell for it. Come on, everyone. A toast to Alice.
Oh, wait. Before we make a toast, we have another surprise. Another surprise!
Daddy! This is such a great birthday. How did they talk you into coming?
Alice, dear, how could I miss your birthday? Work is important, sure, but nothing is more important than my dear, sweet, only, lovable, adorable little girl.
Dad, if you talk like that, you'll make me blush in front of everybody.
Listen, I know I wasn't always there for you and that I've made a lot of mistakes, but I want to catch up. Things change. I've got a suggestion for you. Do you want to come and work with me?
Really? With you? What would I do?
You can write scenes for my films. You've always had artistic flair. I'll teach you the tricks of the trade. You'll learn how to write convincing scenes in no time at all. That way, we'll always be together, if you want.
I don't know what to say. I gave up wanting to spend time with you.
You don't have to decide to do anything now. Let's celebrate your birthday. Let's toast. Cheers, Alice.
Thank you so much, Daddy. This is the best birthday of my entire life.
Happy birthday, Alice. Did you hear what her father said? He said, if you work with me, I'll teach you the tricks. Now that's an opportunity, not only for Alice, but also for us, because he used a grammatical form that I want to teach you now. If you work with me, I'll teach you the tricks. And that in English is a conditional form, the first conditional. If I work, if plus the simple present, I will teach, followed by the future will. So to illustrate this a little bit better, I want to talk to you about what is almost a religion in England, making tea. Now, every household in England has one of these. This. Do you know what this is called? It's for water, to heat, to boil water. In English, we call it a kettle. Every English household has a kettle. We have all sorts of different models as well. And I can assure you, if you buy a kettle, you will never regret it. Why? Look at this. It's very light, plastic, and it's very fast. So, if you fill this kettle to about here, it's 1.5 liters. And then, here's the plug, if you plug the kettle in, the water, 1.5 liters, will boil in 3 minutes. Incredible. So, 1.5 liters, if you boil 1.5 liters, then it will be ready in 3 minutes, okay? The other good thing is that if you want to carry the water to another place, look, take it off the element and it's portable. Now, there's one thing to remember inside. Sometimes it gets a bit dirty. You have a special liquid to clean it. Because if you don't clean it, then it'll change the taste, or it might change the taste of the tea. Okay, so that's important. So, a kettle. If you buy this, I can assure you, you will never regret it. Okay, now, I was using some conditional sentences there, and I want to go to the screen now to look at those more carefully. It was the first conditional, using if, all right? And this is used to describe real possibilities. So, look at this. If you work with me, this is Alice's father, I'll teach you all the tricks. So we have if, then the present tense, and then will and the infinitive, which is probably different to your own language, so be careful about that. The other example, if you use a kettle, you'll make tea faster. So present tense, future with will. If you use a kettle, you'll make tea faster. If you don't clean it, the tea won't taste good. You see the negatives there? If we don't, negative of the present, the tea won't, negative of will, taste good. Now, we can sometimes change the second part. Look at the next example. If her father offers her a job, she might accept it. Now, using might gives the idea of uncertainty, but that's fine to use in the first conditional. The other example, if he accepts the job, yeah? If he accepts the job, he might move, go to Japan. All right, so you can also use might. If you stay with me in English today, you will learn the English language. All right? Great. Well, I'll see you again in the next lesson. Bye.
Hi, Jack. Is Anne home?
No, she hasn't arrived yet. I've been waiting for her for over an hour. I think she's been shopping. What's the matter? You don't look too well.
Nothing, really.
Don't lie to me. I've known you for 10 years.
Listen, Jack, I really don't want to speak about it, okay?
No, it's not okay. We have to speak about the situation and clear the air once and for all. I've been thinking about us a lot. I've been thinking about us so much, I haven't slept well in nights.
What have you been thinking, Jack?
about us. You're leaving for Japan. I've told you before, and I'll tell you again, Sharon, it's crazy. You can't leave now when we know how we feel.
Jack, you're repeating yourself.
That's right. And I'll continue repeating myself until you accept the truth. We're made for each other.
Stop it. You're embarrassing me.
Sharon, listen. I haven't stopped loving you. And I know you feel the same about me.
That's it. I said stop it and I meant it. Look, you've made me cry. And anyhow, how do our feelings change anything?
How do they change anything? They change everything. You must tell Peter immediately about everything. Tell him you won't go. I'm so happy. I knew you felt the same way about me.
Hey, is anyone in there?
Oh my God, it's Peter. He can't see me like this.
Stay calm. Maybe it's time we tell him everything.
Is anybody in there? Hello?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some more English today. It's the moment of truth for Sharon, isn't it? Now, in that episode, they used some very interesting language, and language which is a grammatical form very typical to English. It's a form you don't find in many other languages. Let me give you some examples. Jack said, "I've been waiting for her for over an hour. I've been waiting for her." She's been shopping. She's been shopping. And Jack also said, "I've been thinking a lot about us," remember? She said, "What have you been thinking, Jack?" Now that's the form that I want to look at with you now, because as I said, it's very unusual and particular to the English language. So, London Bridge, the Tower Bridge. Now that's a useful image because in fact, this grammatical form is about bridging two different forms. It's about bridging the present perfect has been or have been with the present continuous form. For example, I am working. Now, you put those together, mix them all up. Ding, bingo, you get the present perfect continuous. You see, the taxi joins the two together. That's great. I'll give you an example. I have been teaching for years. Now, what does that mean? It means that I started it in the past, this action, and I am still continuing it now. So I started in the past, have been, and I'm continuing now the continuous. I have been teaching English for years. Okay, let me give you another example. Yoga. I started yoga 5 years ago. I'm still doing yoga now. So I say, I have been doing yoga for many years. I have been doing yoga for many years. Okay, so that is this interesting mixture of present perfect and the present continuous. Okay? So, I think in order to understand it a little better, we should go to the screen so that you can see it in the written form. I remind you, it's a tense that you find in particular in the English language, not in other languages. So, here we have it. Sharon has been working as a tour guide for many months. So, an action starting in the past, continuing now. He's been working here for 5 years. He's been stands for he has been working here. They've been playing tennis since May. Okay? That's the positive form. Now, the negative form, Peter hasn't been paying attention to Sharon for a number of weeks. That's the negative. That's true. The question form is, how long have you been doing your homework this morning? Have you been doing inversion? How long has she been teaching? We use how long very often because we want to find out the duration, when the action started and the action is continuing now. So what period of time? How long have I been teaching? Then the answer would be, I've been teaching for many years. I could ask you, how long have you been learning English? You can say, well, I've been learning English for years, or whatever the answer is. So that's the present perfect continuous, PPC. And don't worry, this is not the only lesson about it. It's not easy, and I will tell you other things about it in another lesson, the next lesson. All right? So see you then. Bye.
Jack? Sharon? What are you doing here? I've been looking for you for half an hour. Hey, what's the matter? You've been crying. Are you going to explain to me what's going on or not?
Peter, listen, calm down.
I'm not going to calm down. I want answers, and I want them now.
What's going on here?
That's what I'd like to know. Jack and Sharon have been here for who knows how long, and who knows what they've been doing. Hey, Jack, it's time you tell me what's up. I'm going to get really mad if I don't get some answers.
Okay, stop. Stop! You're acting like little children. Come on, Jack. Let's leave Peter and Sharon alone. They need to talk, and we need to go shopping.
So, Sharon, what's going on?
Peter, I have to tell you something I've never told you before. I've known Jack for a long time. We went to the same university together, and, well, we were once engaged.
What? So that's why Jack came to live here. You've been seeing each other, haven't you, Sharon?
No, Peter, I swear, it's true. We just happened to meet here. It happened by chance.
By chance? That's a strange stroke of luck. Just enough to bring back some old passionate feelings? How long has this been going on, Sharon?
Nothing has happened between Jack and I. Even if I do still have some feelings for him. After all, Peter, you've been neglecting me for months. The only thing that's important to you is your work. You live, eat, and drink theater and nothing else.
So you're saying this is my fault?
No one is at fault. It's just that we want different things from life at the moment. I've had 2 interviews with the director of the Archaeology Museum. They want to open an art exhibition, and they've offered me a job. Do you understand, Peter? It means a job I would really love.
What are you getting at, Sharon?
Would you stay here and not go to Japan if I asked you?
What kind of question is that?
Answer me, Peter. It's important. I've accepted the job.
Without asking me. How could you?
And did you ask me about Japan? Did you, Peter, huh? Are you willing to stay here with me?
I can't, Sharon. This is my big chance.
You see, Peter, I'm right. Nothing is more important to you than your success.
So this is our moment of truth. The question is, when do we use the present perfect and when do we use the present perfect continuous? Many people ask me this. They say, Louise, but when do we use the present perfect? I have gone, I have seen, I have done. And when do we use the present perfect continuous? I have been working, I have been learning. Often people confuse the use. And you're right, it's not easy at all. So I'd like to try and help clarify that by these simple things, a revision of what we've already seen. Now, with the present perfect, we use genie. Remember? Just, ever, already, never, and yet. That's important to remember. With those words, we use the present perfect. But with the present perfect continuous, we're using for, since, and how long. Okay, now that is the difference. So if I take a phrase like, I do the exercise, and I want to use the time word already, then you need the present perfect. I have already done the exercise. But if you want to use the concept of since, you can't use the present perfect, you use the present perfect continuous. So, I have been doing the exercise since Friday. Another example would be, for example, just. Just is a present perfect word. So we say, I have just done the exercise. If you want to use for, we're into the present perfect continuous, the PPC. So, I have been learning English for many years. So, do you see the mechanism? You have to think about what time words you want to use in the sentence. Then you choose the correct grammatical form. Genie for the present perfect. For, since, how long? How long have you been learning English for the present perfect continuous? That way you can distinguish between the two forms, all right? So try and memorize those time words, and I can assure you it will help you a lot when you're speaking. All right? Great. Well, see you again in the next lesson.